Are you tired of swiping? Does the thought of another first date message make you want to throw your phone across the room? You might be experiencing what many call dating and sex app burnout. It's a real feeling of exhaustion and cynicism from the endless cycle of matching, chatting, and meeting people online. But don't worry, you're not alone, and there are ways to navigate this modern dating dilemma. It's not about giving up on finding connection, but about changing your approach to protect your peace and well-being. First, let's understand why this happens. Dating apps are designed to be engaging, almost like a game. The swiping mechanism can trigger a dopamine release in our brains, similar to playing a slot machine. This creates a cycle of seeking validation through matches, which can be exciting at first, but draining over time. When the matches don't lead to meaningful connections, it can feel like a lot of effort for very little reward. A study published in the journal Cyberpsychology, Behavior, and Social Networking found that users of swipe-based dating apps reported higher rates of depression and anxiety. The constant evaluation, both of others and by others, can take a significant toll on our self-esteem. So, what's the first step to overcoming this burnout? It's to take a conscious break. This isn't about deleting your profiles forever in a fit of frustration, but about a planned, intentional pause. Decide on a set period, maybe a week or even a month, where you log out of all dating and sex apps. Use this time to reconnect with yourself and the things you love to do outside of the pursuit of a partner. This break allows your nervous system to reset. It helps you detach from the outcome-driven mindset of the apps and rediscover your own sense of wholeness. When you're constantly swiping, your brain gets wired to see people as profiles, not as complex individuals. A break helps you to start seeing people in the real world again, without the pressure of a potential date. The second step is to redefine what success means to you on these apps. Is it about getting the highest number of matches? Or is it about finding a small number of quality connections? Shift your focus from quantity to quality. It's better to have 1 or 2 engaging conversations that feel genuine than 100 matches that go nowhere and leave you feeling empty. This means becoming more selective with your swiping. Instead of swiping mindlessly while watching TV, set aside a specific short amount of time to use the apps with intention. Read bios carefully. Look for shared interests or values that genuinely resonate with you. This mindful approach makes the process less of a numbers game and more of a purposeful search. Another crucial strategy is to manage your expectations. Dating apps often present a fantasy of endless options and instant chemistry, but reality is usually more nuanced. Understand that not every match will lead to a conversation. Not every conversation will lead to a date, and not every date will lead to a second one. This is a normal part of dating, both online and offline. By letting go of the pressure for every interaction to be the one, you can enjoy the process more. See each chat or date as an opportunity to meet a new person and practice your social skills without the heavy weight of expectation. Research from Dr. Helen Fisher, a biological anthropologist, suggests that our brains are not built to handle an overwhelming number of choices. This phenomenon, known as cognitive overload, is rampant on dating apps. When faced with too many options, we often end up making poorer decisions or feeling dissatisfied with the choices we do make. Limiting your app time and being selective helps combat this overload. Let's talk about the transition from online to offline. A common source of burnout is the pen pal syndrome, where conversations drag on for weeks without any plan to meet. To avoid this, aim to move the conversation offline within a reasonable time frame. After a few days of good conversation, suggest a low-pressure meeting, like grabbing a coffee or a quick walk in a park. This helps you quickly gauge if the online chemistry translates to real-life connection. It saves you from investing weeks of emotional energy into a connection that might not have legs in the real world. If someone is hesitant to meet after a week or so of consistent chatting, It might be a sign they aren't truly available or interested in the same way you are. It's okay to politely move on. Your time and energy are valuable resources. Don't spend them on interactions that feel draining or unproductive. It's also important to diversify your approach to meeting people. Relying solely on apps can create a pressure cooker environment where all your hopes for connection are placed in one digital basket. Make an effort to engage in social hobbies and activities that you genuinely enjoy. This could be joining a book club, taking a pottery class, volunteering, or joining a local sports league. The primary goal here is your own enjoyment and personal growth, not just to meet someone. But by putting yourself in new social environments, you naturally increase your chances of meeting people with similar interests in a more organic way. This also builds your confidence and gives you more interesting things to talk about, both on and off the apps. You become a more well-rounded person, which is inherently attractive. When you do decide to return to the apps after a break, come back with a new set of rules for yourself. Set firm boundaries around your usage. For example, decide to check the apps only once a day for 15 to 20 minutes. Turn off notifications so you're not constantly being pulled back into the app throughout the day. This puts you in control, rather than letting the app control you. You're using it as a tool, not letting it become a compulsion. Update your profile to be a more accurate and authentic reflection of who you are right now. Use recent photos and write a bio that clearly states what you're looking for. Honesty and clarity act as a filter. It helps attract people who are on the same page and deters those who are not, saving you time and emotional energy in the long run. Don't be afraid to be specific. If you're looking for something casual, say that. If you're looking for a long-term relationship, make that clear. Authenticity is magnetic. Remember to prioritize your safety and mental health above all. If a conversation makes you uncomfortable, you have every right to unmatch and block that person without explanation. Don't feel obligated to respond to every message, especially if it's low effort or disrespectful. You are the curator of your own experience. It's also helpful to have a support system. Talk to friends about your dating app experiences, the good and the bad. Sharing these stories can make you feel less isolated in your frustrations. Sometimes just verbalizing the absurdity of a bad date or a strange conversation can be incredibly cathartic. Laughter is a powerful antidote to burnout. Finally, remember that your worth is not determined by your number of matches or your relationship status. You were a whole and valuable person before you downloaded the app, and you will be a whole and valuable person after you delete it. Dating and sex apps are just one of many tools available for meeting people. They are not a reflection of your desirability or your value as a human being. If the burnout feels overwhelming, it's perfectly okay to take an extended break or even decide that app-based dating isn't for you. There are many paths to finding connection and intimacy. The goal is to engage with dating in a way that feels empowering and hopeful, not draining and cynical. By being intentional, setting boundaries, and focusing on your own well-being, you can reclaim your dating life from burnout. It's about making the technology work for you, not the other way around. Be mindful, be selective, and most importantly, be kind to yourself through the process. Feeling overwhelmed by dating apps is a sign to check in with yourself, not a sign that you are failing at dating. Listen to that feeling and adjust your approach accordingly. Take that break, redefine your goals, and remember to live a full life outside of your phone screen. Connection will find you, often, when, and where you least expect it. We hope these tips help you navigate the world of online dating with a renewed sense of energy and optimism. For more helpful insights and discussions, remember to check out other videos on our channel. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe to Sex Education Repo for more content.